What's up, y'all? It's your girl Jay Rene with Prison Riot Radio. I hope that you're doing well. On the phone this evening, I have Brother Knowledge Born. It's been a while since we chatted with him, but we about to see what's going on with him and what's new up at San Quentin. Hello.
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
Yeah,
How
how
are
you
you?
doing, Jay? This is Knowledge Born, you know what I'm saying? I'm in San Quentin Live, what's going on with me, I heard you, do the intro, so what's going on with me is, we won, we made, signed a stipulation agreement to have the 5% Nation of Gods and Earth practice in San Quentin, which means that what we practice is that the black man is God and the black woman is earth, and acknowledge of what the earth is, and acknowledge what the universe is, and acknowledge what the black woman is as a queen, and how to be respectful and responsible towards one's family. Because without one family, man is nothing. So therefore, man, woman, and child is the most important thing in the entire universe. So, and we don't do religion, so we do our culture. Our culture is what created and founded hip hop. So with that said, I've been going through a lot of problems with the establishment. They come with the gangism tactics of disruption, agitation, confusion, miseducation, and dissemination. They call two or three people from this yard and then try to mix the yards up, and then call two or three people from that yard, try to mix the yards up, and come with a bunch of attitudes. And really, people think that racism is over. Racism has never been over. Racism, racial discrimination, we have never been equal. And right now we have an opportunity to project ourselves as a process of rehabilitating ourselves with the knowledge from ourselves from a black perspective. When I say black, I mean the whole black diaspora. That means the black, brown, Asian, Mesoamerica, early indigenous people, because I'm not disrespecting nobody by calling them Native Americans. My grandmother would slap the shit out of me if she ever heard me use that term, knowing that she would go by her tribal name and she would go by her tribe's identity. And so, with that said, it's been a lot of problems, and I've been reaching out. To a Marvin X down there in Oakland by Street Vendors, Black Street Vendors magazine. I done reached out to K-Pool. I done reached out to several people, and I'm yet to have any return of my call. These are black people. These are educated black people and things of that nature. So, I'm trying to. I'm not trying anything. I'm going to connect with some people. Ask yourself, and I reached out to you, and you reached out back to me, and you always stay real with me. So, I'm letting you know right now, Jay Rene and Prison Riot Radio is real. You know what I'm saying? You've been with me from the start. You heard my call, and you answered the call. So, yeah, but. It's been a lot of racial discrimination, a lot of it. I'm talking about this, imagine in prison, where Christianity practice white supremacy, Judaism practice white supremacy. You don't even have a black Jewish priest in here. The AMI person, he's also practicing white supremacy, but he doesn't know it because he has a problem with black people exerting themselves in the knowledge of their own self, and in turn exerting themselves in the knowledge that we too are indigenous people of this part of the world. And so there's a problem with that. But then you got the Catholic priest. So I'm up against the whole establishment. In actuality, the religious program is funded federally governed, but the institutional staff, which is state employees, they say, well, 5% used to be gangs and terrorists and this, that, and other. So they coming at us with all kind of gang activity and gang nonsense and agitations and things of that nature. So we really need all the support we can get from black organizations, grassroots organizations. I can be located on my number is 415-324-6552. You leave me a message, I will get back to you, or you can just write me at Knowledge Born God a lot, Darren Stanley, P.O. Box D09338-5EY57, San Quentin Prison, San Quentin, California, 94964. And just holler at me, man.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Because we do need the help, we do need the help. I'm in here with people that, that's 85%. 85% mean that they're blind, deaf, and dumb to the ways of the world. You know what I'm saying? Brothers, you know what I'm saying, that claim to be black, but, 5 minutes down the line, they talk about some Negro stuff and nigga this and nigga that, and, you know what I'm saying, and their pants are sagging, and their mind is warped to the point to where they don't understand who they are, what they are, where they came from. But yet they can tell you everything about a Greek or a Roman or some form of Catholicism or some form of hidden secrets and this, that, and other, but really don't transform and follow none of that. So, we need all the help we can get. I mean, the nation of God's on earth is with me. We got a divine prince, Allah. You got Allah, your justice. Allah, mathematics. The nation, the office of cultural management has always stood with me, and they continue to stand. So, and then I just heard from Born King, but the office of cultural management started this with me, and so that's where we going. That's how we moving, and that's where we going. But at the same time, we calling out to all those young, educated black students that is studying law, civil rights law, civil law. So, hey, look, just, if you want me to, I'll send you the case, I'll send you the provisions and everything, and you can look it over and see if you can help us, or represent us in that way, to where, we can get this fuel up off our back, because they thinking that when we said religious program, they said religious program activity, that's what we're practicing. That's what we're protected upon, which is Religious Land and Utilities Institutionalized Persons Act, which is RUPA. So we're protected under that, and we get the same privileges as everybody else. However, they think our program, not service, but a program is one service. That's not what our program is. Our program consists of civilization class, educating oneself on civilization, our civilization, this civilization, and every civilization that ever exists. 2, educating black education, which is black education, educating ourselves on us, men, women, and the responsibility as a man to a woman and his child, and as a responsibility of an economical structure in the community that we live in. 3, we have parliament rallies and civilization classes. We have celebrate the holidays, which is Father Allah's Day, showing through a lot of social and day one. And we can have people come in and speak to us. People from the community, grassroots community, they can come in, talk to us, speak to us, tell us how to acclimate ourselves back into civilization in our community. You understand what I'm saying? So we desire this connection. We desire this connection, and so, but we still catching hell though. Especially me, they all over me. But as today's mathematics is wisdom, I remain. You understand me? The foundation. I'm gonna give you today's mathematics in the form of what it is. Wisdom is the manifestation of knowledge. Wisdom is why words spoken by a wise black man. Wisdom is one's purified ways and actions. One makes his knowledge born. Wisdom is the black woman, for she reflects the light, knowledge of her black man unto the stars, which are the babies. Wisdom is to speak on what you know. And therefore, that's what today's mathematics is. And that's pretty much what I'm doing every day, constantly. You know what I'm saying? So I'm making my purified ways and actions, using my purified ways and actions to make my knowledge born at this time to a beautiful black woman so she can shine the light to the stars, which are our babies out there in the street, because a lot of us don't know that, here you have an opportunity to really rehabilitate your own people through your own process of knowledge from your own self, not the knowledge and understanding from somebody else, but the knowledge from your own self. Right now I'm reading a book. I told you about the book I'm reading, didn't I?
Yeah, but let the people know what the book is.
Okay. Well, I'm reading this book called Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome, America's Legacy of Enduring Injury and Healing by Dr. Joy Degruy, Degruy. And I read this to the class, you know what I'm saying? So we have civilization class, and it's talking about, the 3/5 human product of Madison, George Washington, how they did us slavery, how slavery not only affects us then, but it affects us today. Equality in the workplace, representation and balance, and Vietnam War incarceration. It talks about how convict leasing is still a process in life. You know what I'm saying?
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
That's what we had. So we talking about convict leasing. We talking about the destruction of minds. You know what I'm saying? Why people act like we do. You know what I mean? And do the things we do. They talking about one thing in here that talks about why we do what we do toward our women, and why we act like we do toward our women is because we were unable to protect our women, and we still have that mindset of not being able to protect our family, not being able to protect our women, not being able to protect our children from this traumatic problem that we are suffering from. This war. This is an actual war. That's what we're suffering from. And so, it was one thing. It was one quote in there where a woman sat down and she read. She told her little child. Not only did she tell her little child how to act and conduct herself, but she told her child how to act and conduct herself during the process of being raped. And this kid was nothing but 10 years old. How do you explain that to a kid?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? How do you do that? That's some outrageous shit. So these are the things that I'm reading, and so that we can actually take the impact of what slavery has done to us and transform it into positive and a cumulative understanding, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and therefore create a culture in which we have once again return to the status of respecting and protecting our family, which is our women and our children. You know what I'm saying? As grown men. So that's basically what I'm doing. But we still need that. We still need that call. And I just got some mail from Allow You Justice now and the Office of Cultural Management. And they just sent me the provisions in a case, a draft case that I can use with Anthony Bonet and Panavachi. Yeah, they sent me this whole case. But so I'm gonna read this case and I'm gonna get back to you, because you know what? I'm going back to court. I intend to straighten this out and get them an opportunity to get directly to that point, where this is what the Nation of God's and Earth do. This is how we operate. This is how we practice. This is what our practice is. Because
you have 60 seconds remaining.
They already agreed to give us the practice, but they do not. They don't want. They think that they themselves can interpret how we supposed to practice. That's not how we practice. We have provisions. We have a whole program. So I'm going back to court. I just filed a 1983 form again to take them back to court and make it permanent, make it potent, that says this is what you got to do. So this is what they sent me. So that's what it is. I appreciate you hollering at me, and I appreciate our bill. You know what I'm saying? And let the guys in the earth and let everybody know I love them, man. And our people, we got to come together and build.
Yeah, we definitely got to come together and build, for sure, because we only as strong as our weakest link.